Welcome back to more at Midday. Most everyone will likely face some type of bullying at some point in their life. And for some kids, the impact can create lasting effects. And that's why organizations like STARS, Students Taking a Right Stand, are stepping up to do something about the bullying problem in America by participating in National No Name Calling Week. And here to explain more about it, we have STARS CEO Roger Dinwiddie. Roger, welcome to more at Midday.
Thanks, Holly. It's great to be here. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Well, STARS here in Tennessee has launched a bullying prevention campaign with the Nashville Predators support and also from the Nashville Film Institute, with each producing PSAs and public service announcements. So tell us a little bit about this and why you are tackling this specific issue.
Well, our agency's been involved in the prevention of bullying and violence and other issues for a long time, since 1984. And we've been doing a lot of work with schools. We have staff members who work in schools, about 60 employees in our agency who work in 14 Middle Tennessee counties. And one of the core issues that young people face and that schools continue to tell us they face is this issue of bullying, particularly with all the tragedies that have occurred in the last 2 years, particularly with all the suicides and whatnot that have occurred, with so many young people tragically ending their lives way too early and way too young.
It's very disturbing.
So that's why we're doing it. Yeah, it's really disturbing.
It is important to define bullying so the kids know what we're talking about, parents, grandparents know what we're talking about. So what is bullying exactly?
Well, bullying has three components to it. It's at least three, if not more, but certainly it's aggressive behavior that's done to cause harm. It occurs in a pattern that's repetitious, and probably the most important one, it's an issue of power and a balance of power and strength. And certainly that doesn't mean just physical power. It means any kind of power that one person or group would use over another one, especially with strength being such as verbal power and psychological strength and all those kind of things.
Now, cyberbullying is so prevalent with this issue. So what are some good tips parents can use to protect their kids against this kind of bullying?
Yeah, that's a really, and that's the kind of thing that kids have a really difficult time escaping. You know, you can sort of at least go home from traditional bullying, but cyber is a 365, you know, 24/7 kind of issue. So one of the things important for parents and kids is to stop. If you're being cyberbullied, for heaven's sakes, do not respond back to someone who's doing that to you. Just stop.
Stop.
And then the next one's block. Use whatever your ISP has in place on with your provider to block the incoming messages, which can be done by contacting your ISP. And the next one's talk, and this is probably the most difficult and challenging. We want kids to talk to their parents, and we want parents to also talk to their kids, which means they have to be in dialogue about it. But the real critical point for kids, if kids do tell their parents about this issue, parents need to not overly react if their kid's being cyberbullied, because kids' greatest fear, parents will remove the privilege if they do that. Because kids get really worried about that. And then the last one is, of course, just save. Save anything that's done online, hard copies that you can use to show proof that if you're fortunate to be able to do that.
4 key steps: stop, block, talk, and save. Real quickly, we're going to take a listen to one of the PSAs involving the Nashville Predators.
Great.
Get in the game. Did you know that bullying is the leading cause of suicide among young people?
In hockey, great teams stand up for one another. Sometimes we need to be tough, but in hockey and in the real life, courage is found in those who stand up for one another.
It's not enough to stand up to someone bullying you, but to stand up for anyone being bullied.
Don't be a bystander. Get in the game.
Move to stand against bullying. There is hope, there is help. Students taking a right stand. StarsNashville.org.
I think it's critical to really instill in our kids the importance of just standing up for what is right and standing up for these other kids, other students who are afraid to stand up for themselves.
You know, the most important thing within every group of kids, more kids want to do the right thing. At least 80 to 90% of them want to do the right thing. They simply don't know how to. That's what Move to Stand's all about.
All right. What a wonderful organization. Roger Dinwiddie.
Thank you very much,
We
Holly.
appreciate
Thanks for being
your time today. Hey, you can learn more about STARS and what the organization does by giving them a call, 615-279-0058. We also have a link to their website on the More at Midday section of ours, WSMV.com. All right, coming up, why the FBI says they are seeing more and more scams popping up online on the online dating